Breaking news to bring you from the Cabinet Office now. They say that 1,200 jobs will be lost via voluntary and mutually agreed redundancies, or people not being replaced if they leave. 2,100 of the 6,500 Cabinet Office jobs will be cut or moved to other parts of government over the next 2 years, resulting in that 1,200 post loss. Like I say, either through voluntary or mutually agreed redundancies or people not being replaced. A further 900, the Cabinet Office says, are being transferred to other government departments in an attempt to avoid duplication of work. This is a press release that's come to us from the Cabinet Office in the last few moments, and a spokesperson said, I quote, "We are furthering plans to make the Cabinet Office more strategic, specialist and smaller, so it can better serve the public and support the government to deliver the plan for change." Going on to say, this spokesperson for the Cabinet Office, leading by example, we're creating a leaner and more focused Cabinet Office that will drive work to reshape the state and deliver our plan for change. This government will target resources at frontline services with more teachers in classrooms, extra hospital appointments and police back on the beat. And this, of course, follows that announcement by Sir Keir Starmer of the changes to the way the NHS is being run with regards to NHS England. We're now hearing as well with regards to the Cabinet Office that 1,200 jobs will be lost either through voluntary or mutually agreed redundancies, or members of the Cabinet Office not being replaced if they leave. Let's bring in our chief political correspondent, John Craig, who joins us from Westminster. John, what should we take from this?
Well, this is all part of what some people are calling Operation Chainsaw. That's a reference, of course, to Elon Musk's job cuts in the United States. You'll recall at one of the Trump rallies, he brandished a chainsaw. Now, ministers here don't like that phrase. They'd rather not use that phrase. But then there is, no doubt, a purge on quangos. Biggest one of all, of course, NHS England. And, of course, big job cuts in the civil service, an attack on what critics call the blob. Now, a lot of critics will say the civil service is grossly overstaffed. Too many of them are working from home. Unions will squeal, of course, that a lot of good people are being let go. The numbers are 2,100 of 6,500 Cabinet Office jobs. People will either be moved or lose their jobs for voluntary redundancy or whatever, or be moved to other parts of government over the next 2 years. Cynics will say, well, we've heard all this before from lots of governments and lots of ministers, and the civil service still remains as bloated as ever. The government is saying 1,200 voluntary redundancies and mutually agreed redundancies, people not being replaced when they leave, and 900 being moved to other government departments to avoid duplication of work. The Cabinet Office Civil Permanent Secretary, that's Kat Little, she's told staff in the department that the department's going to become more specialist and therefore better able to serve the public. In a statement, the government has said that they are furthering plans to make this Cabinet Office more strategic, specialist and smaller, as it can better serve the public and support the government to deliver the plan for change. That's Labour's slogan. This is something Pat McFadden, the Cabinet Office Minister, some regard him as the real Deputy Prime Minister, he's Sir Keir Starmer's fixer, has been driving ever since the general election. And the government is talking about a leaner and more focused Cabinet Office, targeting resources in frontline services. So that's the plan. We shall see whether the trade unions react in a rather hostile way to this. It's quite likely they will, because whenever there are proposed cuts in civil service jobs, some of the civil service unions, some of which are quite militant and not slow to take industrial action, will provoke a big backlash. So, interesting that this announcement's come 2 days after Parliament rose for the Easter recess. A lot of critics of this plan, perhaps among Labour MPs and the trade unions, will say this is all rather sneaky, announcing it when Parliament's broken up for Easter.